Hi there, it's TidBit Tuesday, the day of the week I dedicate to you for ideas and inspiration in your art journal. And this week I want to talk to you about mosaics, creating a mosaic on your art journal page. Now, I'm going to do this with the Derwent Inktense Blocks, which you're familiar with. And you're familiar with the 4 different techniques that you're going to need to know in order to accomplish this tidbit. These 4 different techniques were taught in previous tidbits. So you can scroll back, you can find out all about those in more detail if you want to. Or if you're already an expert at this point, I'm gonna just go over the 4 different techniques that you're gonna use in this tidbit. Number 1, you remember that you can use a pencil to pre-draw out your painting. And because graphite is a waterproof ink, and not an ink, but a waterproof medium, when you paint over top of it, it doesn't smear, it doesn't really carry over, nothing happens really to the graphite. Number 2, the Derwent Inktense Blocks, they're a fast drying medium, so you can use that to your advantage, which you learned from a previous tidbit. Another thing, number 3, layering color on top of another color, whether it's wet or dry, you know how to do that too, and you know the effects that come out from layering wet on wet versus wet on dry. And number 4, you remember that using a Sharpie to refine your lines at the end when all of your paint is dry is also another technique. So using those 4 techniques, I think you'll be able to accomplish this mosaic idea in your journal. So I've never done a mosaic before. I've always admired them, always thought they were beautiful and detailed, and I like to study things. And so I went on to Google Images. I even went on to Pinterest and put in like mosaic paintings, and I looked at them all and I realized that they all had 4 different things in common. And the first thing I found that was in common was that they are all comprised of straight lines or curved lines or both. And there are gaps sometimes in between each shape, and they are different shapes. That was the first one. The second thing that they all have in common is that there are different blocks and that they all have different colors. So you can color a block one singular color and have them all kind of go around and make sense together that way. A third thing is that sometimes within a block, you'll have multicolors going on. So 2 or 3 or 4 colors within a block, that's possible too. And the last one is that there are different sizes of blocks. There are tall, skinny ones. There are long ones like this that are fat. There are little tiny ones all bunched together. There's all kinds of different shapes, all kind of moving together in a mosaic, especially in a painting, I think. So I'm gonna attempt this. I'm gonna see how it goes, and I think it's gonna go over really well because I have a good idea, and I think you're gonna really enjoy this doing it yourself. So thank you so much for watching. Again, another Tidbit Tuesday just for you. I hope you try this. It is going to be fun, and we are fearless as journalers for sure. So let's do this. We're gonna do it together. Let's do a mosaic. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week. Mwah. Take care. Bye-bye.